And welcome to the Money Round. I am the Money Coach, and we're brought to you by Extreme Training, where the elite come and train with the elite. And today we have one of the best coaches in the game to me. Right, he's definitely when I was really getting off into coaching and really traveling and being around, I really got to know Coach and seeing him everywhere, and he was always offering some great advice to me. It's a good thing he still remembered me, so that was cool. But man, I just remember like when I would be at Fargo, he might be sitting somewhere and he'll just talk to me and tell me some few nuggets to listen to. So join with us today is Coach Jason Peters. What's going on, Coach?
Hey man, not much. Thanks for having me.
Good, good. So, Coach, people haven't seen you as at least I haven't seen you as much since you left Pitt. So, like, what have you been up to?
Man, it's kind of crazy. We had a abrupt partying at Pitt, and 2017 I moved back home. I live in Hershey, Pennsylvania now. So I've been when I first came back, I started coaching my boys in youth wrestling, and then COVID hit, and once COVID hit, kind of wrestling left them, and they found soccer. So I've been a soccer dad, which is kind of crazy. Um,
Nice.
but it's good. I got two young boys, 14 and 16. They're playing MLS Next Soccer, and
Oh, wow.
I'm a psychiatrist, the support staff, the strength and conditioning coach, and
Oh, nice.
that's kind of my role. But I do have wrestling in my life and smaller pieces than what I had at Pitt and coach college wrestling, but still always be a part of my life.
So, like, do you miss the college scene at all?
I probably would say I missed the old college scene. I wouldn't miss this college scene. It was hard enough at Pitt to do what we were doing, and to have to do what Coach Gavin's doing today. Man, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Just the climate of today's college sports is just poses a whole different set of circumstances. So yeah, I mean the old days, yes, I miss the people and just seeing the same guys and going to events and being a part of those events were great, but I also am grateful what I have and I'm doing now. So I mean it was kind of a blessing, to be honest. I got to spend a lot more time with my boys than I would have if I was coaching. So there's some positives to it, but to say that I don't miss some of it, yeah, there's some that I would definitely say I miss.
So what are you doing now? I know you said coaching your boys and helping them probably become Division I soccer players and everything else. So what are you doing now as far as career wise?
So now, man, I started my own businesses. So I've got a couple of businesses that we run in the service industry. Mainly, I mean, we do construction. So I've got guys that do we do drywall, framing, acoustical ceiling, stuff like that in the commercial space, and then we've got some residential stuff that we'll do. We do custom closets and we do drywall repairs. So we've got a couple different things going where I got guys running around, kind of similar to wrestling. I just kind of manage guys and point them, find good guys, find jobs, and get guys out and get it done. Make sure customers happy, collect the check, and keep on rolling.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
so it's good.
so coach, when you left Pitt, did you like apply to any other jobs or were you like, I'm done, I'm gonna just move on to something else?
You know what? Ironically, I did interview and was offered an opportunity to coach, and I just it didn't seem right. Just the support and where it was and where I came from, what I've been through. So I just was kind of content with just being home. So I kind of sat around a little bit and coached my kids. I had some real estate, so I had sold some real estate in Pittsburgh, and then moved out to Hershey, where I'm originally from, and kind of got back into their youth program, was giving back to them and trying to help, build Hershey wrestling. And that was kind of a task in itself, a lot of heavy lifting, but I enjoyed that. As I was coaching youth wrestling, I don't know, 5, 6 days a week. My kids were in a room and I was coaching wrestling, and that was kind of my thing. That's what I did every day for years. So I did that, and then COVID hit, and we couldn't get into school, and I didn't really chase the club thing. I didn't get involved in any local clubs, so I kind of just retired and didn't do any coaching. Just did a lot of watching, and I did some individual stuff with some guys and helped some guys out that way, but not being on the mat every day. But yeah, then my boys found soccer, so I just kind of followed that and chased them around and tried to help them become better at their craft. And they still do dabble in wrestling, but they're not wrestlers.
Right.
They wrestle because wrestling's good for them. And it's helped them. Like last year, I did go back and I coached junior high wrestling in our community here, they had a need. They had like 30 some kids. My son was an eighth grader. He hadn't wrestled since he was first grade. And he's like, "Hey, Dad, I think I'm gonna do this." So I'm like, "All right, well, we'll both do it." So I coached middle school, and that was really my first time coaching back since 2020, I think it was something like that, right around COVID. But yeah, I still stay involved in as far as up on who's wrestling who, and watching college wrestling, watching Fargo, USA Wrestling. Try to keep in touch with that. But yeah, I'm still passionate for the game. I'm just not. I'm not chasing.
God. Now, do you think you ever want to get back into coaching once your
Oh
boys get out of
man,
high school?
man, I think I'm done, to be honest. I mean, if the right opportunity was presented and maybe I could, find myself to fit, it'd have to be a fit, but college wrestling, probably not for me, man. Like what's going on today is, I mean, it's wild out there. I mean, guys stealing guys and alumni calling people. I mean, teammates calling people, just, stealing guys in the portal, and then you got to pay people, and then who negotiates that? And colleges are taking money, and you're trying to add more money to your program. So it's a brutal game at this point. I'm talking about from what I see and talk to guys from the outside. I'm not in those meetings like I was, but I could just see that the financial constraints that I think these guys face are probably challenging.
Yeah, I saw like Pitt. They end up getting the new facilities recently, didn't they?
Yeah, they got a great new facility, so that is huge. I mean, I know that the facilities were definitely a challenge. We never really had great facilities, but I do know that the new facilities, I mean, it's top notch. I don't know if there's going to be much better out there, to be honest. They got four full mats, beautiful space, their own wrestling and Olympic sports competition space. So I mean, they put some money into it. I think that the challenge is today. I mean, it doesn't seem like facilities really are that exciting. Everybody's got a nice wrestling mat, but
Yeah,
these kids want the money, parents want the money, and it's what's I think is the challenge for a lot of programs when you're trying to raise for RTC, you're trying to raise for the NIL, you're trying to raise, I mean, all this money, and where does it come from? Because football and basketball, they need more money too. So I think most programs are probably losing some resources as opposed to gaining. And to see Pitt, get a new facility, and they actually did have a big donor. Someone gave them, a nice package, which was nice. So they got a nice donation from someone. I just don't know how far that goes in today's market. So hopefully they can, keep it going, make it happen.
Coach. So tell us how you got into wrestling. Where did it all start for you?
So for me, I started wrestling. I was a city kid and then moved to the suburbs, and I just like fighting and aggression, and it worked for me. It was a space where I could have an outlet and legally not get in trouble in school. And after school, you go in and wrestle and fight people, and I enjoyed that. And over the time, I was fortunate enough. I had a high school coach. He came in when I was in eighth grade. He said, you might be able to be pretty good. I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. I thought I was pretty good as it was, eighth
Right.
grade kid. But and I wasn't that good, I was good in my little bubble. But he went to the Big Ten, and Michigan guy, and great high school wrestler, and he actually taught me how to wrestle, not just being an athlete. And then became a student of the game, and then started enjoying the sport more, just like why it works, how does it work technically. And I started to get better, and I had some opportunities, and the rest was history. I just, fortunately, my senior year, I won a state championship, so that was great.
What school were you at, Coach? Your
I went
senior.
to Hershey High School
You went to
out
Hershey.
here
That's
in
where the
Eastern
state
Pennsylvania,
tournament's at, right?
right where the state tournament is, man. So like, yeah, I mean, I grew up in that town. I mean, I was born in Harrisburg City, and then I moved down here, because that city, that jungle life is wild. So they kind of got us out of there. Things weren't going well, single mom, and so they moved us to the suburbs, and then met some good people and got around good people, and I played football and wrestled in college, and then I got out. And actually, a guy, Mike New, I don't know if you know Mike New. Mike New was he was the Princeton coach, I don't know, years ago, before airs and all the things came up. It was like bringing Princeton wrestling back from the Johnny Johnson days. But so in that process, I left East Stroudsburg where I went to college, and applied for this Princeton job. And that was the days when you turn your phone off from your college, and my coach called me, said, "Hey, this coach is trying to get a hold of you. He wants to interview, hire you for this job." I was like, "Oh, well, shit." I moved out of my apartment, so I turned my phone off. So he called me at home,
Well,
and
your house phone, not your mobile phone.
my
Your
house
house.
phone. No, no,
Right,
this
right,
is no phone. This is house phone.
right.
So
Some
he
people
called
don't
the
know
house
these
phone.
days. Some people don't know
Yeah,
what the house phone is.
these days are different. So he called the house phone, and then I went down there. I took the job, and yeah, and then I just continued to coach, and found some other opportunities. I went to Jay Weiss, gave me an opportunity at Harvard, which was great. As like an RTC guy back then, and then I was at Colorado Springs at the Olympic Training Center, and Randy Stoudemire, he needed an assistant coach.
And were you working out at the Limit Training
I
Center or
was
were you
training at
coaching?
the Olympic Training Center. I went out there. There was like a camp, I forget I can't remember when it was, but I want to say the end of the summer. I went out there and we were at the training center and I was wrestling freestyle. I was getting hurt, not having success, and
Were you living out
I'm
there or were you said just for
no,
a
I
camp?
just went out there. I was actually living in Boston, in Cambridge, and I went
Okay.
out there. From there, I went to just to train for a couple weeks, and I was out there and then kind of caught wind of the opportunity at Pitt, and Coach Stoudemire gave me a job, and I mean it was great to work with a guy that was in the sport for so long, and what he did for the sport that a lot of people don't know, and what he did for Pitt was great. What he did for me was great. Give me that opportunity, and then retired, and they gave me the job. So it was kind of just a thing that just kept, like you just something else came next. I don't know how. Opportunities presented, and got how it is when you're at a tournament. Hey, look, this guy might need a job, might need a coach. Before you know it, you connect the dots and you're moving. So, but yeah, I spent a long time in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was a good town, a lot of good people, great city, good food, good wrestling, good place to be. So
So I know you said football and wrestle. Did you play football and wrestle at East Stroudsburg?
I did, yeah, I did.
Oh wow.
So it's kind of funny. So I wrestled and then I came back and I lost in the EIWA finals and I was kind of crushed and I didn't have a great nationals and I thought I could do better and I came back and ironically the football coach went to Hershey High School and he was a running back and I was a running back. And he said, "Hey, look, we could use some running backs. Maybe you come back out." Because I couldn't do them both at the same time.
Right.
I just didn't have the ability to do both academically and then the time commitment, cutting weight. And so anyway, and he got me to come out. So I walked on the football team that spring after the NCAA championships as a tailback. And they came and said, "Hey, we could probably use you as defense if you would play defense." I said, "Well, I never played defense. I played defense as a as a nose guard, to be honest. But I played nose guard at like 100, I don't know, 70 pounds or whatever it was. But then they moved me to a free safety, and I played free safety, nickelback, and corner in the spring. In the fall, like before the season started, that summer camp, and then I ended up starting 10 games at free safety. So it was a great experience.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, not many
Yeah,
people can do
kind of
that.
wild.
So you started too. That's crazy.
Yeah, kind of wild, man. And, I was fortunate, man. I've always had some good athletic ability and have had some good people around me and gave me some opportunity. And yeah, man. And I caught some luck, maybe some guys got hurt. I had a little more experience than the young guys. And before you know it, I'm in the lineup. So it was good.
Awesome. So you I live at training center. Somehow you hooked up with the coach. What was the coach name at Pitt at the time?
Randy Stoudemire, he's since
Dynamite, yeah.
passed, unfortunately, but Randy coached really all the guys that are still there. Keith, Matt Coker was the guy that coached with me. Keith Gavin, who's the head coach now, he was
You weren't the head coach when Gavin was there? You were assistant?
yeah, Randy was the head coach when
Right.
Gavin was there. I was the assistant. So I was Randy's assistant for I gotta say it's gotta be 10 years or so, something like that. Yeah. So I was assistant there for a long time.
So now who all came through with when you became the head coach?
So I had the guys, trying to think the last guys that were my guys. I had, I guess the last guys I recruited, or you mean that were on the team, or
All of it, either one, all of it. Who
so the
plays?
last guys, the most recent current guys, I guess that Jake Wenzel,
Okay, yeah.
um, he was on the team when I was still there. Trying to think, who else was in that cohort? actually, Bonacorsi was coming in when I was leaving.
Mm,
So he was coming in when I was leaving. I coached his brother. So there was Nino and then Nick Bonacorsi. Those
yeah.
guys, they're Bethel Park kids. Tyler Nauman, I never remember
Yeah,
Tyler
Tyler
Nauman.
Nyman. Yeah.
He was there when I was there. I was an assistant for him. He's actually local to where I'm from, Middletown, Pennsylvania. So we had Tyler. We had the Wilkes brothers, the Thomasites. Those guys were there when I was there. Um, Nick,
Man,
Anthony Zanetta, Nick Zanetta,
yeah.
those guys. So yeah, we had a good crew of guys. We had some good runs. We had some good teams. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was always Pitt's always a team. And I still hear today guys give like, oh, Pitt should be better. I mean, Pitt's tough, man. You gotta want to go to a city. Most wrestling guys aren't city guys. And you try to recruit them to an urban campus, which is great academically and has a lot going on. And sometimes they're just I mean, the guy might be from Latrobe, but he's not going to Pitt, and it's
Right.
not
No
for a
fishing.
lack of effort that the
Right.
coaching staff didn't try to get him. I mean, you think they don't want him? They want him, But a lot of these guys, Penn State's getting a lot of great kids, and they probably get the pick of the litter in Pennsylvania, and then the ACC has picked up a lot of Pennsylvania guys for years. So I mean, I think Pitt's done a great job for what they spend, on wrestling. And
So,
uh,
how do you affect like the changing landscape of the like they added 5 years to NIL? How do you think that's going to affect like your D2s, D3s, and NAIAs now?
it'd be interesting. I think in theory you would think that okay, like a team like Penn State, they're going to lose a lot of guys, but I mean they haven't lost guys before. They've been able to kind of keep them happy with the red shirt, but is that really going to happen? I don't know. Because good guys want to be around good guys, and I don't know. I mean, in theory, it would be hopeful that it creates more parity amongst the Division Ones. Because I mean, if I had to bet, I'd probably bet all my money that Penn State's going to win again. So I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, how many teams and shows do you watch that you can pick the winner? In the summer before the season starts.
All right. Do you think Oklahoma State will catch Penn State?
Man, I don't know. I think it's a lot of heavy lifting, for Taylor. I think he's done a great job, and it's fun to see, Oklahoma State do what they did last year with those young kids. Where, I mean, it was thoroughly impressive, But can he catch Penn State? Ah, man, that's $1 million question, man. I think that's going to be tough to do, but I'm sure he has sleepless nights trying to catch him. I'm sure they're putting all they can in to try to catch him. And as a fan, I would love to see them catch him, and I'm a Penn State fan. I like Penn State, like the way they wrestle and what they do with guys is impressive on the development standpoint. But can anybody catch him? Man, it seems like a far reach. Let's just say that.
Right. So I would say, I had a hard situation in my job and, the job I left from, and coming back here and I know you had kind of separated from your job hard. Like, do you ever really get over it or do you get over like is it something that you eventually move on and I would say, do you hold any hard feelings towards Pitt? I would say it seems like you don't, but
No, here's the thing, man. Like the thing about Pitt is like the people who I had interaction with, and that's not Pitt. I mean, they're the Pitt people who worked at Pitt, and I think it's not the university is what it is. I mean, it's a great place. I mean, if I had my boys wanted to go to Pitt, it'd be a great place for them to be. The school is great. There's passion about the students have passion about the university. So I mean, there's things that are very good about the institution that to say it's a bad place. I can't do that. And I spent a long time. Pitt did a lot of great things for me. I mean, unfortunately, it didn't work out in the end, but for the most part, we had a lot of good times, a lot of good experiences. A lot of good kids and people changed their lives through the going to Pitt. So, I mean, and as far as getting over it, I mean, I was fortunate, man. Like my timing for me couldn't have been any better because my experience of having the time with my boys was perfect. I guess it would have been a first grader and a kindergarten,
oh wow.
fresh, ready to get coached and learn, so that passion and that time that I was putting into my athletes and the program and trying to get kids and recruits, I was able to transfer that to spending time with my boys, and they were very receptive and they wanted to get better. And, it was really good. And obviously it was a much more watered down, experience as to what I was able to do with them, but it gave me some sort of something to fill that void. So I was kind of fortunate from a timing standpoint. Now, if I were older and my kids were gone at 16, 17, 18, and I may have a different experience, but at this point, the way it's played out for me, these last 9, 10 years have been pretty good. But
Yeah, that's
getting over it, like I mean, there's always going to be some sort of, I guess, could we have had some different conversations, or could some things have been different? Sure, I mean, I think that's like that with most things, but that don't work out the way you thought or planned. But I mean, I don't have any hard feelings, man.
gotcha. Do you get up there and check out matches when you can?
I mean, they're 4 hours from me, so I haven't been to a pit match. I mean, I would go to one, if but I mean, but my boys are, when I say they play soccer like we used to wrestle, they play soccer literally constantly, so they're pretty committed to it. So our time is pretty busy.
Yeah,
So I don't really see a lot of matches in person. I have been to Penn State matches. Penn State's an hour and a half from us. So
gotcha.
that's a much easier drive. But I would go to a pit match for sure if the timing was right.
Now, I know like when you're in it, USA Wrestling was like really. I remember one conversation me, you, and KJ were having where Bobby Douglas was kind of just coming in. Zeke Jones was the head USA guy. I think KJ was maybe at Iowa State still, and USA Wrestling was about to trying to make a push with the youngsters, and Zeke was trying to implement an RTC uh, program or whatever at the colleges. And like, do you think like all of that helped where we are now for international wrestling with USA?
Well, I would say the young kids are better than they've ever been. Like those
Yeah,
kids coming in are they're hot and ready to go as soon as they get there. So I mean, something has triggered that, and I'd say the RTCs and video and them getting the opportunity to see I mean, before you had to go to these camps and clinics, and now you're wrestling a guy. I mean, so if you're a guy like Bassett, or I mean, he's in these rooms and getting a taste of these guys and his teams. So by the time he hits the ground running at Virginia Tech next year, he's going to be a contender.
yeah,
So I think that, whatever they did, I think there was a summit at some point. I don't remember exactly when it happened. But when I was going out there, Kevin Jackson was the coach. Kevin Jackson,
right,
right before he left, he was the resident coach, I think, when I was going out there.
right,
But I think that the big thing of what happened is that they got together and knew something was wrong and something needed to be fixed. And I think that clearly our wrestlers are better. We're getting medals. We're performing. There's depth. You can't pick. You watch that Final X. You weren't sure who was going to win that. And in years past, you could almost pick every match. Where this past year you're like, wow, man, it's going to be interesting. And you weren't sure on every match. You might say you were sure, but you weren't,
yeah,
which I think is great, and I think what wrestling did is look within and, try to find a way to be better. And they've done that. And I don't know that the RTC is great for college wrestling because it now separates the haves and have nots even more. And it makes it more difficult for a program and an institution when you say, hey, what do I have to invest to get, to an elite level? Well, you got to put more money in, and you don't have more money because football needs more money. So,
right,
I mean, there are some challenges that it brings, but did we get better at wrestling? I think it's pretty clear that, we're pretty good at wrestling.
right. So who would you say the top international countries are right now, you think?
Well, I think the Russians are still good. Iranians are good. I mean, I think we're good. I mean,
Yeah,
we can win. I mean, it's
yeah.
like, but I mean, I'm biased. Like I'm a USA guy, so I'm biased. But I mean,
So I was
yeah,
just at the European championships for U20, and
okay,
Russia was kind of out, I guess I'll say, of the UW, or at least they couldn't wear their
yeah, they
banner
couldn't wear yeah,
and their flag or whatever. But they still had like one or two good guys you could see. But I was at these European championships, and man, I think they're about to come back with a vengeance. I got to see some of their fresh talent. I'm
they're
like, these
looking
dudes
good,
can, yeah, and they always can wrestle, right? So you knew they're good,
right?
but now I think since the war and everything with Ukraine, I think they're kind of back on the same page now. And all right,
You
so
were over there. You watched it.
yeah, actually, I'm coaching for Great Britain.
Oh,
So
really? Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I was over
No
there
kidding. That's
coaching one of
cool.
my athletes, and so I was at the European Championships coaching her, and I was just kind of watching the whole tournament. And I'm like, man, Russia's getting good again.
Yeah, man, they're gonna be good. I mean, that's when you have a culture of people that have a belief system in it. Even Iranians are good. I mean, but we're good, man.
We are, we
I
are.
mean, to see what we're doing today is great. Just to have the depth and guys sitting out and still good.
Yeah.
So it's impressive.
So I'm gonna flip from international back, I guess, to college. Do you like the new takedown rules and everything they have implemented in college wrestling now? The 3 point
Yeah, I think
takedown
it's
and all
good.
that.
I think it's good. I think there's some challenges with the officials trying to get their pieces right, but they're at a a tough challenge, with the action call and did he push him out? Did the guy back out? I mean, some of that's a little bit, but do you go to a push out? I mean, I don't know the answer, but I do know that the wrestling's good. It's exciting. The scrambling's good. The guys continue to evolve when you watch them. So I think whatever rules that they implement for the guys, the athletes, they figure it out. They figure
Yeah.
out how to manipulate the rules to better suit whatever the style that they wrestle, individually. So I mean, but I like the rules the way they are right now. I think the 3 point takedown's good. I mean, I think it changed a little bit from the bottom position. Like, do you take bottom? Okay, well it's three. I still need to get a takedown. And I get
Right.
3 point takedown, or this guy dogs me for a minute. So the riding time is. I question that sometimes. Is it good? Is it bad? I mean, I like it as a wrestling guy, but do fans enjoy it? And we're always kind of back and forth. Are we, building for the fan or the true wrestling person, And
Right.
I mean, the fan has a hard time enjoying the fact that a guy rode someone for 2 minutes and how hard that is to do, So where you and I probably like, oh wow, that was impressive. He rode that guy. The guy stood up 20 times, he slammed him 21.
Right. Well, let me ask, what do you think more important in college wrestling now, especially since the 3 point takedown rule? Hand fighting or getting off bottom?
I think the hand fight's pretty good, man. I mean,
Yeah.
the bottom, like I said, I mean, I could pass on it altogether. I mean, I'm not even sure at times that if you're down 3-0, you go on bottom, you're still down 3-0. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and you didn't get out in the first period, so if he took you down, so I just don't know at times. I mean, you got to get out. I mean, that skill has to be something you got to learn and you got to be able to perfect to get out because eventually you're going to get down there. But it's like I still think the hand fight is very important to the game, no matter what wrestling you're doing, Greco, freestyle, folk style.
Yeah.
You got to be able to hand fight.
Awesome. All right, coach, I'm about to take you to a money round. It's about to be rapid fire. All right. So you either pick A or B, and sometimes you can implement stuff if you want. All right, you ready?
Yep,
All right, pizza or hamburger?
hamburger,
Uh, chicken or steak?
steak,
Popeyes or KFC?
Popeyes.
Bojangles or Popeyes?
Neither.
Ah, man.
Yeah,
All
fool.
right. uh, Crystals or White Castles? Or have you even had any of those?
I haven't had them. I've had a White Castles one time. I've never had Crystals though.
So how far down south have you ever been?
I mean, I've been down to the Carolinas,
All right, but not Mississippi,
not Mississippi, none of
Arkansas.
that. Arkansas, none of that.
Okay. All right, all right.
I'm scared down there, man. I've never been
Hey,
down
I don't
there.
blame you. I don't go to Mississippi. I went to, last time I've been to Mississippi was like in 2002, and I was like, I'm not coming
Okay.
back. I'm not going to come
Where are
back.
you at now, Missouri?
Yeah, I'm back in St. Louis now. Yeah,
Okay.
I was up your way for about 5 years. I was in
Yeah.
Kingston, PA. All right. You call it pop or soda?
Soda.
Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie.
Would you rather have a bear or chimpanzee?
That's a good one. Probably bear.
All right. Would you rather have ghosts or roaches in your house?
Oh, ghost for sure.
Yeah, yeah, man, who knows? Michael Jackson or Prince?
Prince.
Uh, pen or tech?
Pin for sure.
Um, double or single?
Double leg.
Defense or offense?
Offense.
Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
Sprawl or head blocks?
Head blocks.
Head norm or body lock?
Head normal body lock. I'm gonna go body lock.
Spladle or cradle?
Cradle.
Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Ping pong or table tennis?
Ping pong.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Would you rather be attacked by a shark or a tiger?
Definitely a tiger. On
uh,
land, I can get out of that water.
I know that's right. I hear a big one, Coach. Five Guys or In-N-Out Burger?
Five Guys.
Uh, tournament or tournament?
Tournament.
You know you're on the East Coast. Guts or laces?
Laces.
Grape or strawberry jelly on your peanut butter jelly sandwich?
Strawberry.
Escape or reversals?
Escape.
Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
State or states?
States.
Um, ultimate ride out, top or bottom?
Who on top?
uh, chicken wings, boneless or traditional?
Traditional.
Flats or drummies?
Flats.
Ranch or blue cheese?
Blue cheese.
When you eat a taco, do you tilt your head to the left or the right?
Man, that's a good question. I guess I'm going right. Yeah, I decided I did to demonstrate because I'm left-handed, so I eat with
You
the
left
left.
hand.
Yeah,
Loyalty or respect?
yeah, loyalty.
Loyalty. Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan for sure.
Uh, Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
Starbucks.
Dumbbells or kettlebells?
Dumbbells.
On your hot dog, ketchup or mustard?
Both.
Yeah, both. All right. If you could wrestle anyone in the world, dead, present, alive, bigger, smaller, faster, who would it be?
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, where I'm at now, I'm gonna have to take someone easy. Kind of
In your
old.
heyday, coach, in your heyday, who would you have wanted to wrestle?
Question. I got a taste of him actually. He whipped me pretty good.
Who was that?
You know, it was Lincoln McElravy.
Oh, McElroy.
Yeah, that guy was good, man. He's a good wrestler. Real
So,
good wrestler.
when you're on the international scene, coach, who did you wrestle to think of? I mean, you just said McElroy. Who else would you have
Well,
competed
Lincoln
against?
was, I think, the residential coach when I was going out there. I
Okay.
think he was the residential coach, and I think Jackson was the national team coach. But
Uh,
actually, Lincoln, he whipped me at first round of the NCAAs. And where the heck was that? That was out in Cedar Falls. Where's no no no
you and I?
you and I, yeah,
Yeah,
and
Cedar
you and I
Falls.
in
Yeah.
the Unidome. Yeah, you and I see Unidome. But what was your question?
Like who have you competed against internationally? Like was there some guys all right in the USA in international
I mean,
wrestling?
I've wrestled mostly domestically, man. Like I said, like I wasn't there getting it done to the level, and we were in a different state than what it is today. But I don't know, I was good enough to be, at that level anyway. But I mean, I wrestled Santoro, I wrestled Chris Ayers, I wrestled Bono.
Yeah,
Um, I was like I cut a lot of weight.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean those guys were kind of the guys who I would compete against, never beat Donnie Pritzloff,
Chris was good too.
Joe
Yeah,
Heskett, those type of guys. They're all in their probably 40s, 50s, and now Pat just retired. He whipped me at the New York AC
he
one time.
he took over the
Uh,
RTC at Penn.
Yeah, how about it? Yeah, good for him. Yeah, I'm sure Pat's tired of this nonsense too that's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like crazy. You don't know if you got a guy if you don't got a guy. If
Yeah.
I mean, by the end of the day, you might not have a guy. It just depends how good he does.
All right. Coach, we got like
So,
2 minutes left. Is something you like want to let people know, or do you still do camps or anything? Like what?
um, you know what? I do local stuff, man. I don't travel like I used to, but I mean, I get in the room when I can, help some kids locally. I'll probably help our junior high again this year, but as my kids get older, there's opportunities that I may do more coaching. I do have my own businesses, so I can. It's just I am busy. I I spend a lot of time working and I'm trying to make money, so it's keeps me busy. I'm not doing manual labor, but I'm selling jobs, managing jobs, and that type of thing. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. One day I might get a little more involved. Once my kids get older. So I still got the itch. I still love the game, and wrestling's been good to me, and I've learned a lot from this sport, and it's given me a lot. So I mean, anytime I can give back, and I try to do so. So
Nice. Well, Coach, man, I appreciate you taking time to come on the money round and just kind of hearing what's been going on with you. I know, I haven't heard from you since you left Pitt, so it was just kind of cool to have you on and get your perspective on things and know and see how the wrestling landscape has changed and college sports in general.
yeah, in
So,
general, man, I appreciate you thinking of me. Yeah, when you hit me up, I'm like, man, this guy want to talk to me. I'm old, washed up, but it's always good to catch up and share my experience, and you share your time and your platform with me. So I appreciate it.
all good, Coach. You have a good one.
Yeah, have a
Thank you
good
so
one. Take
much.
care.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Electric acid.